Good morning, Ian Koniak here, and today's sales training is really going to hit the home on what people want from you when they want to do business. And that's really simple. People don't pay for information, they pay for application. And in simple terms, what this means is that information is free. In fact, you can go to YouTube or a company's website and get a lot of good information, good white papers, good ebooks. If a sales rep comes and starts spewing out information, that's great. But that's not why people buy. People buy because they want to understand how to apply that information to their business. For example, if you are a consultant, they're paying for you to apply management best practices or implementation, whatever it is you're consulting on, to the business, and they're paying for your knowledge and expertise and experience and how to apply that. So as a salesperson, if you are focused on your product and the benefits and the features and capabilities, that's helpful for the client. But what they're really interested in, and I've learned this through 17 years of selling and kind of figuring out every single thing that doesn't work. And when I have conversations about application, in other words, here's how to use this in your business, those conversations are a lot more interesting than talking about the product itself or showing a demo or whatever, okay? So how do we highlight application? Well, I can give you my examples because I work at a company called Salesforce and we sell CRM software, sell a lot more than that, but our primary software helps our clients connect better with their clients. And what I talk about is not what the software does, but I talk about the outcomes which it delivers for other clients and really focus on what outcomes they want. Then we pivot to, look, all the technology is pretty similar. Salesforce is the best in class, but that's not what is most important. That's not what's going to make you successful. What's successful is making sure your organization is set up to utilize this the way it was built. Because a lot of times there's clients that have software sitting on the shelf, or maybe they're not using all the features, and that's because they weren't educated properly or they're not set up to really maximize use of the software you're selling. And so this is why for every Salesforce dollar that's spent on software, there's probably 3 to 5 times more of that spent on implementation and consulting and hiring resources, because that is where the real, that's where the real success comes from. And so when I go out to a client, I talk about how the software can help with business outcomes, but I also talk about here's how you need to align your business to set up for success. You're going to need an executive sponsor that is going to be able to lead this initiative and communicate across the C-suite. You're going to need connections. I want you to talk to some other clients who've done this before and who've, more mature on their journey, and talk to them about how they set it up before you even get involved in this. You're going to need change management practices. How do we go and roll this out and drive change across the organization? And really talking about and going through and making sure that you guys are successful involves understanding and applying the best practices, which I've personally been involved with, having worked at 7 years. I know what works, I know what doesn't work. So when they're buying from me, they're essentially buying the confidence that I'm going to be with them after the sale. Not just our success team, but me personally helping them apply the software to that business. And so they are not only, because all the software, at the end of the day, yes, Salesforce is best in class, but there's other providers of CRM. It's not about the product. It is about confidence that the company can deliver on what the product promises. So really focus time on this application. How do we apply whatever you're selling to make you successful? And then that's what they're buying. When I buy or do business with someone, I want to know that person has done this before, and I'm paying for their experience, I'm paying for their knowledge of how to be successful besides just the product or service that you're selling. Hope this is helpful. Have an awesome week. See you guys soon.